Illinois +8 at the free throw line. Only 2 fouls called on Illinois the entire time. First 17 minutes of this game.
Conwell to Hughley. And Swain on top. Foster 3. Big time hit. Boswell the other way.
5-on-4.
Humrick House. The Illini have made 8 of their last 10 shots. Here comes McKnight again with the trailing Swain. Hunter, nice shot. Jerome Hunts. Swain's got 21, career high. Jonas Ivicic with a 3. Rebound collected by Swain. Ahead McKnight, and Klein's in for the deuce.
The Sweet 16 2 years ago. Musketeers working quickly. Don has been most of the night. Nice give and go. Xavier couldn't get it to him.
Nice hedge too by Fremantle. Good look.
Swain, smart pass
to him defensively.
Boy, I tell you what, it feels like we're in the Cintas Center right now at Cincinnati.
Feels like we're in the NCAA tournament.
Hunter!
Well, that was
Joseph and Pierre are threats against anybody. And in today's game, that three-point line is a big deal. Let's keep watching for who has the advantage from the three-point line.
Nice find from Swain to Fremantle.
He's open. His girlfriend might think he's open, but don't throw it unless you can see his eyes.
Don't they always? Don't they always say throw it to my kid? Eye contact, good in throwing lobs and in conversation.
There we go.
There's one thrown up to the rim for Fremantle. Series of shot fakes. He was looking for will not, and it never has. I don't think it was in that order, but some version of that from Kim English. Very adamant about his team being more under control and what has been a physical first half plus as Foster slices into.
Well, can't get that one to drop. Brooks in transition. Too strong off the glass, and Swain has been playing very well of late with the rebound. Swain trying to go coast to coast. Now McKnight for 3. It's good. Davion McKnight. The shot clock down to 7. Screen in Fremantle. What a feed by Screen, and Moore's rejected by Swain.
Great block by Swain.
5-on-4 the other way. Swain dishing. Fremantle the finish.
Fremantle can take him away. If he can make a 3 early, that would go a long way on this end.
Three-point shooting so key for both of these offenses. And McAndrew gets the party started.
That's a big shot for him. McAndrew was 3 of his last 16 from 3 coming into this one.
McKnight down the lane and scoops it up with a left.
Defender, but
Ray McDermott talked to us before the game about his increased confidence offensively as that went off the mark for Jemiah Neal. Crowd wanted a bump, no whistle. Swain. Driving inside, kicking out Conwell. Great three-point shooter. This time, though, a nice floater on the base advantage, and he takes advantage.
But great recognition there. And I talked about Jason Green understanding where to pick and choose his spots these last 5 games. That's exactly that right there.
Jason Green, local kid from Omaha, stayed there to play for the Blue Jays.
Dailyn Swain, Kalkbrenner's guarding him, and he's just basically a rover. And that's not what you want to do. Want to make him score over the top. If he makes a jump hook over you, that's fine.
He's got 21 and 11, but right now, not enough.
Well, he hasn't gotten the help. Ashworth with 9, but just 3 of 12 from the field. And everybody else has not done their part for Creighton today.
Fremantle bucket inside of 90 seconds remaining. Those students who came and camped out last night at 7 o'clock, stayed overnight outside the Cintas Center. They got their money's worth today. There's the ice.
And he's not giving up on this year at all.
Look at Swain just eat it up. Dailyn Swain, the rise of a star in the Big East, off to Hunter. Bring it up.
They have not been able to get any stops. I'm not saying he's going to go primarily zone the rest of the game, but mix it up.
And Fremantle. They came back from 19 down earlier this year to beat DePaul. Xavier has to win this game. Squarely on the bubble. 10 on the shot clock. It's Swain. Swain kicks. Conwell. That is big time.
Let's see right now. Xavier is. That doesn't look good.
6 turnover. Conwell. Easy 2. Hit the 9-minute mark. Lead cut to 15. It's been a lot of work for the Bulldogs to get it even that close. Swain hops in again. 3-pointer McKnight's.
Nice layup there.
Brooks won on that first step and had it swiped away.
Yeah, great hands.
Back to McKnight.
Swain, he's been all over the second half. His hands are all over this. Good position.
Gets the home bounce. Freeman team is still in single digits.
Yep.
And has 20 assists.
Oh, man.
Conwell on a race to the bucket that he wins.
And watch them do what they do best, and that's lead their basketball programs.
Off and rolling, and Xavier wins the tip. That doesn't happen all the time. Zach Fremantle wins it from J.J. Traynor, and away we go with Xavier touching first.
Man-to-man now, but DePaul is going to throw a little bit of zone out, so keep an eye out for that from DePaul.
And Zach Fremantle in on David Thomas in the first basket for.
Got a scoring mentality. Coming off the bench today, but it doesn't matter. He is going to play hard, be aggressive.
And his numbers better coming off the bench. Conwell to his left. And he slips off the Thomas action, and Thomas misses. Xavier trying to stretch it back to double digits ahead of the under 4 timeout. Conwell cut off by Thomas.
Mismatch inside with Fremantle.
He had Rivera in front of him. Goes to the opposite block. Late shot clock. Same spot. Pierre Justin not this time. Hit from there earlier. That was his first 3 of the season. Conwell shot fake. D'Amico went flying by him. Good enough for Chris Holtman to give him a high five on the way by.
How about that?
Chris Holtman halfway out in the court. The hand slap for Gunn on his way back on defense. Fremantle. Got to get busy. Down to 3. Rivera pull up. And front rim. Back to transition. Xavier has been money.
Guarding position, but refs saw it otherwise.
Dailyn Swain was calling the travel. He has a rebound. Fremantle's running. He throws the fade ball for a layup. Defense. That's as many as Ray Allen attempted in his final year at UConn. 7 threes a game.
Wow.
That's the rate that CJ Gunn's putting him up right now.
Obviously, DePaul, they want to be built from the 3-point line, but that's a wild comparison to kind of put it into perspective.
I thought you'd get wide eyed.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
You're welcome. There's McKnight. And it bounces.
Become a better post player. He's getting better position down low. His only issue has been, as of late, getting into foul trouble. Look for Xavier to go at him.
Dailyn Swain down low to Fremantle. Fremantle. Good job of the pivot. Joseph for 2 off the back of the rim. And the rebound chased down by Conwell. Swain back out to Conwell for 3. Those the ones he has to net. Rich Barron will try the 3. This team was 16 for 32 against Butler and lost by 1 on Saturday. Conwell to the hoop and the foul.
That Dennis Felton has had as a head coach in numerous spots.
Long on the 3 by Barron. Hughley thought about that 3. Hunter will take it and make it.
Villanova's not necessarily trying to turn you over. We can't do that in this game and win.
Yeah, no, they cannot, what we refer to as those unforced turnovers. Just have to be precise with the basketball, make good decisions. Villanova man-to-man defense, switching a lot out front. Look at the attention to detail when they go towards the paint.
Fremantle connects.
Much better look. Just those threes like that, obviously it goes against the grain of what I'm saying, but I think there's got to be a blend of not only shooting that long ball, but getting to the free throw line and putting it on the deck and going after the basket.
Swain to Fremantle. That's automatic. That's a great look, too. Nice.
They have high belief that they'll still be on the right side of the NCAA bubble when it's said and done.
Well, they're right there against that Creighton team, but a couple three-point shots down the stretch really lengthened that game for Creighton.
Foster hiding out and backs a three.
Majority of his career, and that his form on his three ball is so much better than it's been in the past. It's out front. He's got a good snapper and release. He's going to turn into a really good three-point shooter at some point.
Fonz, there are some NBA scouts here to see him tonight.
Yes.
And they'll get a good look at him because he never comes off the floor.
Yeah, he does not.
Conwell shot fake into a runner.
A beautiful pass by Marcus Foster. The Musketeers off to the races here in the second half.
Three for Foster for the second time.
To the rack. Good awareness by number 5 in black.
So a good start to this war for Georgetown. The wars are the 4-minute segments between timeouts.
Micah Peavis having himself a night. 14 points in this game so far.
Fremantle replies.
He says holding hands. What's he talking about? He's talking about building a wall to eliminate dribble penetration. So kind of holding hands to eliminate the driving lanes. Great set. He may have gone back into the tunnel. He took a hard fall. McAndrew misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So no Fremantle, no Conwell right now for Xavier. Oh, wait, no, Conwell. There he is. He wasn't on the bench. He was looking at the wrong place. He was checking into the game. There's Hugh Lee, puts it down.
Crowd wanted to travel. Caravan somehow got the feet set, misses it. Oh, what a physical block out there by Swain. They were hand fighting when we turned to them at the block. And now he's going to go back in, kick it out for Fremantle, who declined on the three. Now he'll go in reverse and score, sweeping through the lane over. Years old, Dailyn Swain. Caravan flaring. That's his shot. He missed it for three. But Xavier's going to have to be a little bit more better on their communication there. You could see a little bit of daylight. Caravan got a pretty good look. That usually is a recipe for disaster when he's got that clean of a look. Swain dropping it off. That's Maddox again, and he knocks it down. He is running the show out here. Composed, under control. Caravan with a great cut to the rim off the ball. And the delivery, Aiden Mahaney on time and on target. It's amazing, Rob. You can wait for months for development, and then it all happens because of necessity. And isn't it funny? Confidence, it can come so quickly, it can leave you so quickly. But right now, Aiden Mahaney's found it. He impedes the progress. Solo ball, doing a great job. If nobody stops you, take it all the way to the rim. And with that, we broke a 4-minute plus scoreless drought for UConn. Maddox, step back. Goodness gracious.
Junior. Outside, back rim, no good. Wow, good rebound by Swain on the miss by Jaden Glover. That's been a key for Sean Miller with Swain. Feet were set and they let it.
That just leads to trouble, as you saw there.
6.2 blocks per game, second only to UConn in the conference. Fremantle dealing, jump ball, and it goes.
Telling you that.
Breakout. Musketeers, numbers. Eurostep, put back, blocked again! Another block by St. John's. Seven blocks, way outside. Conwell for three, and that quiets it. Oh, you called that one back early on. Don't just try to lay it up, dunk it.
That's a man's move for Edgefor, but the way that works is because of where he caught the ball. He catches it above the block, allows him room to spin to that baseline.
8 for Edgefor. Lead down to 6. McKnight. In the corner for three. Yes, indeed. That's a big one.
And kind of draws it. It's a smart play by McKnight.
All right, smart play might be better.
Yeah, Edgefor's kind of just there in the middle. It's a foul.
Yeah.
But he got bailed out. Can't jump in the air at that point.
Conwell for three.
And that brings most of the 18,000 to their feet here at Fiserv Forum.
Corner three, and that will sit him down. Big fella doesn't play much off the bench. And then Swain strips Ross. And Ross is in pain. Fremantle lays it in.
He's away with the steal. One-on-one with Conwell, who rakes it free for Xavier.
Yeah, Conrad read that beautifully. Sat on his left hand and able to get that steal.
Early three goes down. Early takeaway for Conwell. Three is down for Mark.
When you put it together perfectly, which I can't say nothing's ever perfect, but he's put a good puzzle together. Takes time for that paint to dry and really cement and start to feel good about what you got. But I think, there were some positives today. C.J. Gunn has been, spotty. N.J. Benson, you love that. Great pass.
Great feed.
Dailyn Swain.
Lid is on that rim.
They've got some terrific looks that they've not been able to convert.
Wiltshire's three off the heel. McKnight into the teeth of the defense around the seal from free.
He really picked his three-point shooting up.
You didn't like the fact that I tried to claim him. I said H-Town. I said D-Town.
3 men.
Jenkins, shot clock to 8.
You can pass that. Like there's 7 on the clock. You don't have to take that shot.
McKnight, baseline jumper.
He's been good.
Russell doesn't. Here comes Coleman. Doesn't finish. And the rebound is chased down by Hunter.
I said this earlier. This Seton Hall team has a problem with layups and free throws. Look at the easiest baskets you're going to get.
Capitalize, whether it's dribble drives with your guards or Dailyn Swain getting there. He's got to finish stronger. That frame at 6'8", he's kind of wished a couple of those up there and not been able to convert.
10 to shoot. Here's Ryan Conwell giving it off to Swain.
Got to get something going to the basket. You finally do, but it's a contested mid-range. That's just better offense by Dailyn.
Time at ECU and Boston College. The flick to an in-stride Martin. Floater short. Won by the Musketeers. Marcus Foster feeds Swain on the bounce. Reset. Fremantle doesn't take the open three. He's been in the shooting funk. Swain. Good look opposite. Purposeful pause in the finish for Foster. Extended defense here from Xavier. Thomas elbow jumper off. Now the Musketeers didn't hit a field goal for the last about 3 minutes of the first half. Seemed like things got a little flat. Conwell twisting and finishing. And now Bears are a strong steals team, third of the Big East, nearly 9 a game. Bears do have issue turning the ball over on the campaign, one of the worst in Division I. Catch, release, and rain it down. Over Hughley, no. Swain, 4 minutes. Swain trying to Euro, jump give corner, Fletcher, catch, release.
Better. Hey, when you talk about the bench for Xavier, getting better, you're talking about Maddox and Hughley, and those guys, they need that.
Needed that too.
Resistance right there.
Jace Posey. Three-pointer is short. Maddox comes up with the rebound near half court. Musketeers shooting 56% in the second half. Fremantle, big reason why, cash money.
He's physical too, 245. He's pretty thickly built as a big man for South Carolina State. He's guarding Fremantle right now. And Fremantle on a tough shot scored. Bulldogs could use a bucket. They don't get one from Everett. And a rebound for Fremantle. This is another one of those runs at the end of the half. Exactly what they were worried about. The three is good. Incredible career, an incredible guy, as Coach Martelli said, in the long history of great Italian-American college basketball coaches. You're on that list. Carneseca's on it. Rick Pitino, Raleigh Massimino, Valhano. We can go on and on with that. Gino Auriemma.
Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble if you don't mention Gino. He'll call my phone in the middle of the show.
Shot clock winding down, as you said before. McKnight.
defense again.
10 on the shot clock. It's Hunter with the up and under move for 2.
Here come the Wolverines sprinting up the floor. Gale, no. And Fremantle and the Musketeers now with numbers. 4 on 2. Conwell trailing 3. Got it.
How about McKnight? That was a nice little push. Awesome call by Sean Miller. Putting Fremantle out there, giving this team a little bit more energy.
Conwell still quiet. Swain going through the screener. Hunter, give and go. Hunter, yes.
Now in the building and try to get a high percentage shot.
Ugasuk fell down. Up ahead. Foster lays it up and in.
How about Foster?
2% three-point number he put up last year. Sean Miller fell. Steal by Swain. Up ahead, Fremantle. And soars in for the dunk. He has an offensive rebound. Out for a Freeman 3. That's off. 2 shots at it for Siena. No points. And Swain eyes for pushing. Conwell for 3. Put that. Deflected. Swain stays with it. Fremantle influences and Swain wipes it away. Conwell up ahead. Xavier just season as well. Fumbled by Salas. Xavier the takeaway. It's Maddox the dunk. Forrest. Johnson comes open for 3. Long. And Jerome Hunter the rebound. Not a great shot from Johnson. Hughley runs the floor. Keeps it in bounds. Xavier swings it. Hunter hits the 3. Might not see him the rest of the set. Might be Green the rest of the way. That's off, and Swain tears down the rebound. The miss off Grant. Swain makes the break. Fremantle all alone. Ready to call these games. So, a happy SID appreciation day to you, Tom.
Wealth of knowledge for sure.
Well, you got some stories out of him yesterday. Conwell cruises in for 2.
One of 3 captains on this team, one of 5 who followed Coach Corsaro here from UND at the Division II level.
Think about how important that is when you're trying to build a program and build a culture, to bring guys that know Paul Corsaro and can come in here and tell the others, this is what Coach wants.
Hunter
back is just going to feel so good.
I mean, Robbie, you've been there and then followed it up with an All-American season.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just have to trust in the process and the work and the doctors to get you back.
Xavier does have what they consider a kill for the first time this year. 3 straight stops, making 4 in a row. Pitching a shutout, 4 possessions in. Dailyn Swain returning, so is McKnight. Those 2 team up for the first basket of the year. Scoring punch, transfers in this year. 4 to shoot. Mortal off balance. Xavier gets a stop at the end of the clock.
Got numbers here.
Swain gives it up. Conwell, lethal shooter. Got this one.
They've got to continue to reverse the basketball, and I thought they were extraordinary in transition. So look to push the pace, look for early opportunities, and try to get that thing inside to 32 and White. He was magnificent in the first half.
First possession, it's touched both sides of the floor to start.
Love it.
And then the third side, we'll just count them out since that's your key. No jacks from out deep on one side.
Play here tonight.
Those extra 10 pounds really matter. Woo. And here he is again, feeding the post. Back out to Swain. Hand off with McKnight to that left hand. A whirling point lead after they were down 13 in the first half. But Texas Southern keeps putting them up. Jackson Posey can't hit. Hunter hesitated. Hands off Swain. Conwell got another.